Every day we're thinking like, whose fault was it?
The Sun Prairie Police Department is set to share information on its criminal investigation into this summer's deadly explosion.
Speaker of the House Paul Ryan says goodbye to Congress after 20 years of service.
And there's a cool new feature concerning parking for those flying out of Milwaukee this holiday season, one that could save you time before your flight.
This is News 3 at 6.
The search for answers in Sun Prairie may come to a close tomorrow.
The police chief plans to announce the findings of the criminal investigation into the deadly explosion in July. Rose Schmidt is here to tell us what's next. Rose.
That's right. Well, an unsealed search warrant provided some answers last month about what happened to cause that explosion. But there are questions about whether anyone involved will be found criminally negligent. The community has since rebuilt much of the surrounding area, but there's a lot of work yet to be done.
We're still getting back on our feet.
Weeks without revenue.
Yeah, we had to close for a month, like a whole month.
Became a reality for Gustavo Martinez.
For everybody, especially since my whole family work here, like everybody depends on this business. So we didn't have any income for us for a whole month.
His business, Guimo's Mexican restaurant, is just feet away from the site of the deadly explosion in Sun Prairie.
Every day we're thinking like, whose fault was it?
The city is almost unrecognizable from 5 months ago.
After all this time, it's just, you just want to know, what really happened, and that's it.
After a contractor improperly marked a natural gas line 25 feet away. But Mayor Paul Esser is focusing on what lies ahead.
I think the community is growing in a way.
While remembering what
Seems like that was a long time ago.
and who they've lost.
Firefighter Captain Corey Barr. Corey was there that night because he believed in this community and he was devoted to serving this community for everybody's benefit.
Along with the loss of one of their own, that night 5 buildings were destroyed.
What we need to come up with is a plan of how that's going to redevelop.
Now that the intersection is reopened, the mayor is focusing on bringing new life into the buildings that were torn down.
You feel bad, for other owners.
Gustavo's building was left with just broken windows, but other businesses did not fare so well.
To lose it is like really bad, and I don't even think about losing my business.
But he did lose some time and money, which he's now hoping to make up for.
We're getting there every day, we're getting busier and busier.
The Occupational Safety and Health Administration is also investigating this explosion, but the results of that investigation will likely not be released until the beginning of January, when this hits the 6th month from the time this explosion happened.
Sun Prairie's come a long way.
A long way since July 10th.
Yeah, thank you, Rose.
A former nurse with Merritt accused of purposely hurting babies in the NICU was in court today. Christopher Capham entered a not guilty plea. The alleged abuse spans nearly a year. The injuries include bruising, a broken bone, and a skull fracture. He was also bound over for trial. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti, who has a look at your first alert forecast. Gary?
It's another mild day here on the patio. Temperatures were in the 40s again, about 15 degrees above average. And as we take a look at visible cloud track, while we had plenty of clouds, they weren't thick clouds, not a lot of precipitation falling from them, and even a little sunshine peeking through from time to time. Right now, things are very quiet across southern Wisconsin. There are some light showers to our southwest over southern Iowa that are heading northeastward that could affect us later tonight into tomorrow. Then as temperatures turn a little colder, it could even see a few flakes of snow mix in with the rain showers tomorrow afternoon. Low temperatures this morning, very mild. Our low of 30 in Madison was 1 degree above the average high temperature for this time of year. And our high today of 46, that was a full 17 degrees above average. Current temperatures are in the lower 40s here in Madison and areas to the south and east, a couple of 30s to the north of town. Otherwise, by tomorrow morning, temperatures will be only in the upper 30s. We'll see a few rain showers develop late tonight, and then we'll look for a high of 40 about tomorrow morning. And then those temperatures will start dropping in the afternoon, and any rain showers could mix with a few flakes of snow. Nothing, though, that'll stick to the ground. That's your first alert forecast.
Thank you, Gary. House Speaker and Janesville Congressman Paul Ryan is saying goodbye to his time in office. He has spent the last 3 years serving as House Speaker and 2 decades in Congress. Ryan gave a farewell address at the Library of Congress today, where he called for tax reform in the legacy of his work in Congress and as Speaker. He also spent time talking about the current state of politics and acknowledged the difficulties involved.
Today, too often, genuine disagreement quickly gives way to intense distrust. We spend far more time trying to convict one another than we do trying to develop our own convictions.
Ryan is headed back to Janesville. He has not indicated what his next step in political or professional life will be. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi is expected to succeed Ryan as Speaker next month.
4 prominent Milwaukee leaders will hold top-level cabinet positions under the administration for incoming Governor Tony Evers. They will serve as cabinet secretaries for the Departments of Administration, Corrections, Natural Resources, and Tourism. Joel Brennan, the CEO of Discovery World, will serve as Evers' top aide and head up the Department of Administration. Brennan previously served as campaign manager for Milwaukee Mayor Tom Barrett.
For the last 11 years, we've worked together to create better outcomes in STEM education and workforce development for kids across the region, and their work will continue. These people represent industry, education, finance, law, and other disciplines.
Some Republicans are criticizing the lack of geographic diversity in Evers' picks. You can read more about those selected on the Channel 3000 mobile app. A former Democratic State Assembly candidate will spend the next year on probation. Sharice Daniels of Watertown entered a guilty plea today in Jefferson County Court. She's accused of faking signatures on her nomination papers. She faced up to 3.5 years of prison time and a $10,000 fine.
Leaders in a Walworth County township say the devastation caused by a recent fire shows the need for first responders in the area. News 3's Adam Duxter joins us from our bureau at the Janesville Gazette with their reasoning. Adam?
Charlotte, the town of Richmond is home to just over 2,000 people, but despite that, the town does not have a fire department of its own. Rather, it relies on help from other departments to assist, and last night it took crews from about a dozen different departments to put out a residential fire, with the home being a total loss. Whitewater Fire Captain Ryan Dion says in situations like this, every moment counts.
The time to recognize the incident, the time for somebody to call the incident in, the time for them to get dispatched, the people to respond to the station, get dressed, staff apparatus, and then actually go to the incident. It takes time.
Leaders from the town say they've been in discussion with the county about putting a satellite fire station in their town, but the town chairman admitted to me today that this would be a difficult thing to do because of the cost. But you can find a GoFundMe link on our website, channel3000.com, to help out the family that was involved.
Adam Duxter reporting tonight. Adam, thank you.
A reward is now being offered in a nearly 50-year-old homicide case. Dr. Thomas Spear was from Indiana. He was murdered on a business trip to Madison in July of 1971. Police say he was staying at the Quality Courts Motel on West Broadway. Spear was shot around 10 p.m. as he was walking into the hotel. There is now a $15,000 reward being offered in this case. The Rock County Sheriff's Department is remembering one of its canine officers. Canine Dex passed away recently. He served on the department for 6 years until 2016. Dex was part of the Patrol Bureau, SWAT, and the Special Investigation Units.
Wisconsin's tax burden has dropped to a 30-year low. The Wisconsin Policy Forum report released today looks at state and local taxes as a share of personal income. It found that taxes accounted for more than 10.5% of income, down from 10.6% last year. This marks the 7th straight year of declines.
Tomorrow is the last day to send packages through first class and priority mail. The U.S. Postal Service is working 24 hours a day to make sure your items get to their destination. There are other options if you can't get to the post office by tomorrow. You can send things through Priority Mail Express, but things sent this way have to be in the mail by Saturday, and it will also cost you more.
Heads up for anyone flying out of Milwaukee this week. There is a new way to park at the airport. The program is on a new app called MKE Smart Park. There are 4 features that will make parking easier. You can use the app to reserve a specific space before you arrive. The app also produces a barcode so you can pay by a credit card on file. There's a valet option too for $25 a day, and the 4th feature is pretty neat. It's a rewards program. You get a free day of parking for every 10 days when you park at the airport. An area school district is getting smarter in fighting the flu.
When we come back, how special thermometers can keep parents in the know about germs in their child's school. Parents in Mazomanie can now see what kind of illnesses are going around at their child's school through a new app and thermometer.
Keely Arthur has the details on this first-of-its-kind program.
Walk into any school nurse's office and of course you're going to find a thermometer. But here at the Wisconsin Heights School District, they're replacing it with something a little smarter.
100 loaves of bread.
School is a place to spread knowledge, but sometimes germs spread too.
See a lot of colds, strep throat, especially in the elementary schools. You have a lot of little kids that don't understand hand washing, or they're playing and they're in closed spaces. They don't understand covering their coughs.
And the battle to fight the bugs only increases as the temperatures decrease.
Often being inside for recess, that definitely exacerbates things a little bit.
But now nurses and parents alike have a new tool in their illness-fighting kit, the Kinza Quick Care Smart Digital Thermometer. It does far more than take a child's temperature. Parents can enter in their child's symptoms, too. That information then goes to the Kinza app that parents and nurse Katie Howe can look at.
We can see anonymously what is kind of going around in each grade, in each school. Really easy to use. It tells you a lot really quickly and easily right when you open it. I get to see what's going on everywhere.
Mazomanie Elementary is just one of 16 schools in the state participating in what is known as the Fluency Campaign through a partnership with Lysol that gives parents some peace of mind.
One of my children who did have an upset stomach that day, and I did see that it was going around in his grade, so I kind of knew what to expect. Kind of gave me a heads up.
So in a place where illness is inevitable, knowledge is a pretty powerful antidote.
Could help people get diagnosed and treated faster and slow the spread of illnesses or stop them.
The Kinza app is free. The thermometer cost about $20, but was free for parents here. In Mazomanie, Keely Arthur, WISC News 3.
500 schools nationwide are participating in the Fluency Campaign.
Some UW researchers are wondering if fitness trackers could be the key to avoiding burnout among nurses. A study at UW Madison is using Fitbits to figure out just how much work nurses are putting in on a day-to-day basis and how that could be adding to fatigue. The idea is wearable devices that can help record steps, heart rate, and sleep information so researchers can analyze how a nurse's workload affects how burned out they feel. Scammers are always trying to take advantage of people, sadly, especially during the holiday season.
We're going over some of the top scams out there right now, next on News 3 at 6. And rain is possible tonight, but will things clear up in time for holiday travel this weekend? Gary will join us next with our first alert forecast.
This is the season to give back, but experts are reminding people about some very popular scams to watch out for.
Younger people are more likely to fall for a scam, but seniors typically lose the most money. Experts say victims over age 80 lost nearly $1,100 last year. Scammers usually inquire to a grandparent about their grandchild, saying they must wire money or send a gift card. Financial planners say retirees cannot afford to fall for these scams. They are usually on a fixed income, and the money they lose may not be able to be replaced.
Just don't take the word for the person on the other end of the phone telling you that it's true. My father did. He said, well, they sounded so legitimate.
Shipping scams are also popular this time of year, and the number of travel scams are also increasing, which can be a concern this time of year since a record number of people are expected to travel. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joins us now with a look at our first alert forecast. Hi, Gary.
Hi, we've had clouds for much of the day today, but it was another mild day. And any precipitation that we might see, at least over about the next 18 hours or so, will probably be in a liquid form. A few light rain showers trying to develop over southern Iowa, heading northeastward. Those could affect us later on tonight. There were a couple of showers that moved north of the Dells this afternoon, but those are gone. By the time some of these showers reach us later on tomorrow afternoon, there'll be a surge of colder air out to the west of us that could turn us cold enough to maybe mix in a few flakes of snow with the rain, but nothing that'll stick to the ground. Temperatures will still be well into the 30s, and the snow cover just continues to shrink. Even UP of Michigan now seeing just a couple of inches of snow on the ground. So it doesn't look great for White Christmas this year. European computer model actually has a little weather system passing to our south from Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. They might have a better chance of seeing accumulating snow across central Illinois than we will here in southern Wisconsin. The GFS computer model is from the U.S. government. Just maybe a tenth of an inch of snow, and this may mainly be Christmas Eve night into Christmas Day morning. Now, as we take a look at the GFS Future Track model, this is what we're expecting over the next few days. The storm system over the next few days will bring a lot of rain to the southeastern part of the country. We're on the northern fringes of it. There could be a few flakes of snow mixing in with the rain before it comes to an end. Friday will be quiet. The next weather system on Saturday will bring some clouds, maybe a couple of flurries in the morning. You get the trend that I've got here. Just, maybe this, a little bit of that. Even on Christmas Eve itself, we're looking for enough cloud cover that could generate at least a few flurries from Christmas Eve night into Christmas Day morning. Where it gets a little more interesting as we head into Wednesday and Thursday, it now looks like that rain-snow line will be pretty close to Madison, probably just to the north of town. So during the day on Wednesday, we'll see rain across much of our viewing area, but areas north of Madison could see a mixture of snow and some freezing rain, and that would continue Wednesday night into Thursday while the rest of us stay rain, and then maybe a switch over to just some light snow or flurries on the tail end of the storm. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison. Pretty quiet out there again tonight, and another mild day. Our low temperature of 30 degrees was a degree above the average high of 29. High temperature for today, a balmy 46, and right now we're still above 40 degrees. 43 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Winds out of the south at 9 miles per hour. Those temperatures will be slow to fall overnight. So our forecast calls for a low of 38 by tomorrow morning. Could see a few rain showers late, but they will be in the form of rain if they do occur. Tomorrow's high of 40 will be in the morning, then temperatures will turn colder in the afternoon. We'll drop to the 30s, and those showers could mix with a few flakes of snow, but even the shower chances will be pretty limited. You can see future track, lots of clouds, some rain showers, mainly late tonight. Then tomorrow, some rain showers, maybe mixing with a few flakes of snow as temperatures drop into the 30s in the afternoon. The skies stay cloudy for tomorrow night. Temperatures drop into the upper 20s. Friday, a little colder. We'll see some sunshine. High temperatures in the middle 30s. 7 to 10 day forecast. Temperatures lower 30s for the weekend. A flurry chance Saturday morning. Maybe a few flurries from Christmas Eve night into Christmas Day morning. And then that rain with a mix north of Madison Wednesday and Thursday. Colder toward the end of the week.
Aaron Rodgers is on the practice field in Green Bay today, and he says he's going to play against the Jets Sunday, and we'll tell you why in sports. If you had to guess right now, it would seem Aaron Rodgers would play for the Packers in their game against the Jets Sunday at the Meadowlands. Rodgers was a full participant in practice in Green Bay today, which would suggest he'll be in there Sunday, but it's not Sunday yet. Rodgers was harassed all day by the Bears defense and tweaked his groin last Sunday, but listening to Rodgers today, he sounds all in for finishing 2018 on the field.
You know, how could I stand here and say that, you know, these games that don't matter for playoffs, I'm going to cash it in. It's just not the way I lead, and I'm super competitive, and I want to be out there with the guys, and I look forward to being out there.
We always take the week kind of to see where everybody's at, and but you know, I'm hopeful that he's going to practice. I'm hopeful he's going to play, but certainly, yeah, it's a little early to say exactly where everybody's at.
You don't want any surprises on National Signing Day, and Badger football head coach Paul Chryst wasn't surprised at all today. 19 scholarship players, including Janesville Craig's Keanu Benton, and 6 walk-ons, including Fenimore's Logan O'Brien, officially become part of the Badger football program today. Wisconsin is considered to have a top 30 recruiting class nationally, but as we all know, those ratings may not mean all that much in a few years. One thing that does raise some eyebrows about this class, the Badgers got a 5-star recruit. Logan Brown is a 6'6", 288-pound offensive lineman from Grand Rapids, Michigan, who's also a state shot put champion. The Badgers also secure one of the best quarterbacks in the country, Graham Mertz from Overland Park, Kansas, who set a state record with 51 touchdown passes this season. Paul Chryst pretty high on the Kansas quarterback.
We think that, you know, Graham does a ton of things that can fit right into what we're doing and possibly add a little bit more to it. And I was talking about how this class is connected, and Graham kind of shows a lot of the qualities of a really good quarterback, and that, you know, he is the leader of this class in many ways, and he's obviously very talented. You know, we love the way that he throws and can throw every type of ball, but I think who he is again why we're really thrilled to have Graham join us.
The Milwaukee Bucks play the New Orleans Pelicans at Fiserv Forum tonight at 7. The Bucks are 20-9, first place in the Central Division, and the players are giving a lot of credit to head coach Mike Budenholzer for that. They never seem to click with Jason Kidd as head coach, but Budenholzer has brought a more level-headed style that works.
With how the game goes, like say if we're losing, he's going to be more harsh and yell more. Or if we win, he's going to be more nicer to us. But with Coach Bud, he's always consistent. He's always the same, and that's big for the players.
And finally, a soccer match between Wingate, Finchley, and Dulwich Hamlet in London. Looks like that team in the blue is going to score, doesn't it? Look at this. Oh, boy. Look at this. Oh, he did. Oh! 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 Wow. They didn't score. In fact, the team in pink held them scoreless all day. Wingate Finchley won the game 2-0.
That is pretty impressive.
Look at that.
Never give up.
Like, try
exactly.
again. Yeah, triple denial. Thank you, Jay.
You bet.
Final check with Gary.
Temperatures are going to trend down a little bit. We're in the 40s right now, 30s starting by tomorrow afternoon, and then look to be in the 20s by the end of next week. But watch out for some rain right after Christmas.
All right, thank you, Gary. We'll see you at 10.
Download the new Channel 3000 app and get alerted on your mobile device the minute news breaks. Wherever you go, be the first to know with Channel 3000.